Hi everyone. Today's topic is the Primal Scream. I just found out that's what it's called. Primal Scream therapy is when you actively scream out your grief, anger, and frustration. Some even practice it under the guidance of a psychotherapist, which is more involved. I've been doing it on my own for quite some time, and I'm happy to find out it's an actual method. I started screaming organically. After having suffered from stress and anger that led to health issues, my soul said to just let it out. I wouldn't say I do it frequently, but I use it when my anger or frustration gets triggered or gets the best of me. Or sometimes I just seem to take on the current energies. I believe in the planet's effect on us, especially the moon. I wonder, are people better off that emote their feelings all the time, rather than those who are wound tightly and hold the emotions down? While I don't believe that we should go around emoting all over each other, I do believe that finding ways to release and free our emotions is part of a good practice. My safe space is in my car. After I let it all out, it doesn't take long before I feel a wave of calm settle over me. If I can, I like to follow it up with a walk. Emotions affect our nervous system, especially in those of us that are sensitive, not meaning those that get hurt easily, but being sensitive to the energies, our environment. We all need to stay grounded and calm the nervous system. I've also wondered about singers and metal bands. Would the person singing or screaming say it's a release for them? And what about little kids that throw temper tantrums? Do they know something we don't? There may be a fine distinction, though, between the intention behind the action. Is the intention to release the emotion or feed the emotion? We should always feel better afterwards, not worse. Scream therapy is not the same as yelling. Yelling is more of an ego thing and usually aimed at someone else. I grew up with a father that yelled all the time and was emotionally abusive. I know it didn't do any of us any good. Most of us have deep-seated emotions lying dormant inside us, and occasionally they get triggered. We swallowed so much emotion in our childhood, at our jobs, and in our relationships, even in our day-to-day out in society. Where do we think all this goes? It sits in our gut. It weighs on our heart. It plays with the ego and the mind. And depending on what you believe, our DNA and our soul is holding lifetimes of pain from ourselves and our ancestors. There are other forms of release that are more physical. I used to go to a kickboxing class. I loved kicking the bag, but my favorite was wailing on what I called the PMS bench. It was somewhat like a pommel horse. We would line up, eager for our turn to use our arms to just pound on it, wham, wham. If we were lucky, we might get 2 or 3 turns. I remember being part of a corporate organization where we all behaved like robots. No emotion here, and if anyone stepped the least bit out of line, it was fodder for the week. The only ones allowed to show any emotion were the bigwigs. Ugh, don't get me started. My point is that we bottle so much up. We take in way more than we let out, and we need productive ways to release all that we've taken in, healing and releasing. Physical activity is great, but it must be cathartic to work. Plus, not everyone has time to get in their physical activity, but everyone has time for a good scream. I read that many people like to scream into their pillow. Have you heard about smash rooms or rage rooms? You pay to go and smash up everything in the room. They give you a bat or a golf club and leave you to it. I would feel remiss not to mention meditation. Meditation has helped me greatly. There's nothing like reaching that space that fills up your heart. It's where we connect with our higher self, with God, with our inner knowing. This is just my opinion, but when you meditate, you don't have to get caught up in how to sit or what to say or think. Just breathe and get quiet. Eventually, you'll feel the space, the love, the warmth. You may even cry, which is another great form of release. We are each unique in our own way. I always say there's no one size that fits all. The key is finding your sweet spot. We all have the same inner knowledge. We are all spirit. Your way of release or meditation can be anything from gardening to becoming a yogi. If screaming doesn't feel right for you, then honor that. Never deny your true self and never be persuaded or talked down to. You know. I also want to say that sometimes professional help is needed, so honor that as well. This world has many possibilities and opportunities. Find what works for you. Find ways to release and heal without acting out or projecting on others. As humans with an ego, this is our default program, to take it out on someone else or blame someone else, which only ultimately makes you feel worse after a brief outburst. As my guidance says, get your house in order. We are the house. It has a basement and an attic and a heart, and it all needs our attention.